Guys, on deck for review today, here is the Manticore NightBrake. This one, of course, is threaded for the 26x1 pattern rifles that are going to be typically referred to as Yugos or Serbian, are these days the more common ones, or the Zastavas that are coming into the country. When you guys saw the review I did of this gun, the M92, I was using the Manticore flash hider on there. This one here's the NightBrake. We're going to go ahead and test some of its properties and see how well it does at reducing the recoil and other things like that. So we'll go ahead and keep putting a few rounds through it, and we'll get into the rest of the review. So you guys know there's a lot of ways that you can reduce recoil. A lot of it has to do with the shooter. So in order to try to take out some of that variable, what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to set the M92 on this box, shoot it with one hand only, and see how much that muzzle jumps. And then we're going to take the brake off and see how it works, configured like that. So we'll go ahead and set it on there, just resting it, really almost no pressure with my hand, pointed obviously in a safe direction down range, and go ahead and pull the trigger and see what happens here. You can see that gun wants to jump around a little bit in my hand still. So I went ahead and removed the NightBrake from the gun. We're going to go ahead and conduct the same test here, see how the gun moves, and see how much different that muzzle jump is, or muzzle climb is, I should say, with no brake on there. Same everything. So I'm not sure how well it came across on camera, but from the impulse I'm receiving from the gun, you can definitely tell that brake's doing a lot of work keeping that muzzle on track with this little gun here. We're going to go ahead and take a closer look here at the NightBrake. It's made out of 8620 steel, and the exterior as well as the interior of the brake are finished with black oxide. The diameter here on the muzzle is 0.311 inches, so basically it's going to work with the 30 caliber, i.e. 7.62, as well as the M85 pistols that are out there on the market, as well as the M85 and M92 rifle kits that are out there on the market. Overall in length, it's 2.125 inches, which for those of you guys that are familiar with the night shroud, it's identical in length to that. Once you screw it down on the threading there, it only adds 1.125 inches to the rifle. And just for some perspective for those of you guys that may have the original boosters, this is 1 inch shorter than that. It's 922R compliant. It's a US made part. You can see here, I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but it does say Manticore written right across the bottom of the brake. And the detent here is in the correct position, which is something that a lot of brakes, or guys that are using thread adapters anyway, they end up with their detent in the wrong position. They have to modify it. This one comes correct from the factory, just of note there. And how it works basically is these little holes right here, I should say, are all going to direct the gases upward as you're firing. You can see here, if I flip it over, with the detent in the right place, these solid parts here are on the bottom, so it directs the gas upward, causing your muzzle to stay down. It also prevents any sort of dust, things like that, shooting up when you're firing from the prone. It doesn't fire up in your face, which is always nice. So those of you that are subscribers to my channel or follow me over on Facebook, you guys know that I'm waiting on a tack stamp to come back to turn this little pistol here into a rifle. Obviously in rifle configuration it would be much more controllable, but even firing here in the pistol configuration, you can certainly tell a difference in terms of the controllability with the brake on there. It made a big difference. You could see it earlier in the test, and just from the guy behind the gun, which I guess is the ultimate judge, it does make a good bit of difference. Whenever I review muzzle brakes, people always ask me about flash suppression. The brakes aren't designed as flash suppressors. That said, this one here does a little bit of flash suppression. Typically I don't link to other people's videos, but Military Arms channel did an excellent video where they fired this brake at night, and I'm going to actually link it right here for you guys if you want to check out the flash suppression properties of this brake, because I can't fire at night where I shoot. There's local ordinances and they prohibit it, and basically a fine just costs a lot more than I'm willing to pay, and I'd rather spend that money on ammo. So I'm not going to shoot at night is the point of what I'm getting at there. But it does tame the flash slightly. I mean, it's not a great flash suppressor. If you want a flash suppressor, go ahead and get the one that we showed you earlier in the video. But it does tame it a little bit for those of you guys that are wondering. The brake here is available. This one obviously is 26mm, but it's available also in 14mm and 24mm as well. So it's out there for basically any kind of AK you want. We're using here on the 26mm, but it's available on others. And you can't just go out to your local gun shop and get it, or you can't buy it on Manticore's website either. I believe the only two places that sell it, and this is just to the best of my knowledge, is Apex Gun Parts and Ratworks. So I'll put those links in the description here below. But other than that, basically just a quick summary. It's a good brake, it's a good product. It's one that a lot of guys have been looking for since these pistols have hit the market, and now it's here. So I just want to give you guys the update on that. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.